first, before I even start this show, huge shout out to SoCal and his baby boy Scott for sending me more Vaniac glasses. I really appreciate it. Long overdue shout out, and thank you so much. And so, the book is out, Mott. Pretty cool, huh? Anyway, Carmenere. We're going to be focusing on it. But before we focus on Carmenere, we're going to focus on these 10 wristbands. The first 10 people to email Chris Mott at C-M-O-T-T at WineLibrary.com saying, "Yo, Mott, give me my wristband," that do not have one. None. Not this one, not the second generation, not the first one. You cannot have a wristband at all. Honor system. We'll look into it. First 10 people who do that get a wristband for free directly sent to you.
Wristband rookies.
Wristband rookies. I like that, Mott. Very, very cool. And what else is cool is Carmenere. Carmenere is a grape varietal that I think is very interesting, doing enormous damage right now in Chile. It is now the most planted grape in Chile. It is about 4,000 or 5,000 hectares now in Chile, and it's just dominating and doing great things. Everybody's really fascinated and interested by what's going on with this grape varietal in South America. Now, Carmenere, part of the Cabernet family. If you go back to the way back in Bordeaux, one of the 6 original noble grape varieties allowed to be planted in Bordeaux to make Bordeaux, but really fell out of favor because it struggles with colder weather. And so South America, it's done a lot more damage. But it is, oh yeah, I'm a rated rookie. Oh, and you just said wristband rookies, kind of cool, Mom. Anyway, Carmenere was named after its color, which was crimson in the fall, and so I guess the French word carmine or something like that. So a very, very traditional, way back, old school respected grape. You go to the 1860s and 70s and 80s and people are talking about Carmenere above Cabernet and all these other things. So it's part of the Cabernet family DNA-wise. Just a very, very kind of like, I look at Carmenere the same way I look at Tokai. I think Tokai, you go back 100 years ago, and people are looking to kill each other over it. So sought after. And same thing with Carmenere, a grape that has a lot of respect and a lot of tradition, and has been very important in the history of the wine world, and is now starting to do a lot more damage. It's doing very well in South America, and I'm extremely excited about trying these 3 Carmenere wines for you today on The Thunder Show. So, did I even do the hello, everybody? No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Pretty cool. Concha y Toro, 2007 Frontiera Carmenere. This wine rolls in at $4.40. Pretty cool. Very much a fair price point, and probably the most available wine that we've ever put on Wine Library TV. A wine that you definitely should be able to find in almost all wine establishments. So I'm excited about that, giving a lot of people an opportunity to taste along. So let's see what's going on here. No bashfulness on its color. This wine has got big, big color. As you can see, very cute. Let's give it a little bit of a sniffy sniff. Wow. This is the most vegetal wine I think I've ever smelled. Come on, smell this, please.
Ugh.
What did you think it smelled like?
It smells like, kind of like rotten vegetables a little bit.
This smells like straight dirt. I mean, soil, like just
Mulch almost.
Absolute mulch. Absolutely. I mean, this is really one of the most obvious aromatics I've come across in a vino in a long, long time, Vaniacs. Absolutely shocking. I can't stop smelling it. Let's give it a whirl. Wow, there's nothing else to describe it. This smells like mulch and soil. It doesn't have the poopy thing going on. It's more like that darkness of just dirt and mud and mulch. The greenness carries over on the palate. I do get a very interesting component of lettuce, iceberg lettuce coming through hardcore on the flavor profile. There is a little bit of almost like an apricot kind of thing going on the aftertaste. this is just too green for the majority of people out there. Oh, and really, really like firm, intense finish. You know, it's weird. I kind of like it because it's greeny. I mean, listen, honestly, I love getting a carrot and like eating the top part. I mean, I'm into that stuff, but I just know the majority aren't. And even for me on this palate, just kind of thin and awkward. You know, I'm gonna give this wine a pass. Definitely, I'm gonna score this wine 75 points. You know, it's very much okay. If it wasn't so vegetal and it was a fruit version of this, I'd probably give it a 65 for my palate. There's a lot of people that would really, really dislike this wine. However, I don't find it appalling or awful. I could drink this, but I see a lot of people not being able to. So I really got for that. Let's move on. Chono, 2005, Carmenere, 13.5 alcohol content, $11 US. And let's see what's going on here. Let's get a little bit of rinse. Nice color. Carmenere is a grape varietal that I think a lot of people have still yet to discover. A lot of people have not tried 100% Carmenere wines yet. So I'm extremely excited to get more and more of you to try this. We're all about expanding the palate. That's how we roll. So please, try different things. Trust your own palate. If you're loving this wine and you just watched this show and you're like, what is Carrie talking about? Screw that. Forget about what I said. Keep drinking it. Keep enjoying it. However, try different things. That is the key to the entire Vaniac movement. And so, please, trust your own palate. Don't listen to any newspaper, any magazine, me, anybody else, your friends, your bullies. Try different things. Build your own wine library in your palate, and you will be heading in the right direction in wine. Chono. Sniffy sniff. Now, this smells like raisinets, melted down raisinets, meat, and there's something this smells like. God, there's something this smells like, and I don't know what it is. This smells exactly like a fruit. It smells like... So, I was born in an Eastern European household, and my grandma would go to Brighton Beach, where all the Russians were, and she'd buy juices, like Goya. Even they would have Goya and different things. Like, this smells like a really European juice. Does that make sense, Mott? Have you rolled in those circles? Like, it's weird. Like, if you've got ethnic groups, you've got like different products you buy than what you find in like the local supermarkets, and the juices a lot of times are like really like ghetto in their look, but like very real. They're thick. Like when you drink them, you're like, oh, grandma. Like, you know, we're used to watered down product here. This smells so much like something, and I can't figure it out. Currant. Yeah, it's currant juice. It smells like currant juice. Goya currant juice. And I don't know if it's Goya or if it was Dole, but it wasn't. It was like a whole like Russian brand, I think. God, this has a big currant juice flavor going on. It's fascinating. I mean, I've smelt this exact smell in that before. Let's give it a whirl. Follow me, ready? One more time. That's what this wine does. It's got some nice flavor, then it dips. No mid-palate, no transition flavors, nothing that gets me excited in any shape or form, and then it finishes with a lame attempt at like some grape taffy. A lame Zor effort, absolutely unacceptable in my opinion. I'm going to go 78 points on this wine and give it a major pass. Really inducing the Vaniacs out there to go out and try Carmenere. Boy, let's see if the Erasmus 2006 single vineyard Don Maximano Estate Carmenere can save the day. 90 points. Josh Reynolds, $20 US. This wine spends 12 months in French and American oak, and is a very interesting little wine. Great rating from Josh Reynolds, who writes for Stephen Tanzer's Wine Cellar, International Wine Cellar. So a guy I respect quite a bit, so I'm excited to see what this brings to the table. Great color. Sniffy sniff. Oh, there we go. Now, first, there's a little bit of a... There's a little... But guess what? I've not had the... oak monster in so long that I'm almost enjoying it. Again, trying different things allows you to kind of appreciate everything if you don't get an overdose on it. And so that's what's got me a little bit excited about this. It's got a little vanilla going on. I get a little bit like roasted peppers, right? You know, you get like those sun-dried roasted pepper. What's it? Sun-dried tomatoes?
It's roasted peppers and then there's sun-dried tomatoes.
So this is sun-dried tomatoes and roasted peppers. That makes it easy. A little vanilla. I like that quite a bit. Really nice spiciness going on. It smells like a shish kebab. It smells a little bit like a shish kebab, and I like it. Let's give it a whirl. Very Cabernet-like in its approach. High levels of oak, no doubt. It's there. Yeah, it's like a good old-fashioned 2x4 in my grill piece. Hacksaw Jim Duggan in my mouth. So, really, really interesting on that level. That it's definitely over-oaked, but there's so much balance in its fruit. Great mid-palate. You know, it really is fascinating to me. I'd love to pair this wine with, you know, a good old-fashioned T-bone steak. You know, put some like Tabasco on it too, like some mashed potatoes, like a good old hearty, you know, man's man meal, because I think this wine would really match up well. And really, for 20 bones, really is as good, if not better, than a lot of the $15 to $25 Napa Valley Cabernets that I've come across. A very solid effort. Too over-oaked for me. It's definitely got the milkiness on the finish from the oak and the vanilla flavors. I definitely get a dairy component on the finish. I do get wild strawberries bouncing around through my palate, and almost like cherry nerd candy flavors on the transition between the mid palate and the finish. The finish is long and rich, and I like that. It's a solid wine that definitely needs food to tone down its oak, but all in all, a good effort. I'm gonna go 89 points. I can't go 90 on it because it's just over oaked in my opinion. However, for people that endured and enjoyed the Oak Monster, this is a wine worth seeking out, and definitely the best of the bunch. Though today's show did not go crazy and get me super excited, reminds me a little bit more of the Ebola Gialla show, this is definitely a product and a grape, let me go that way, that a lot of people need to seek out. I've had a lot of other Carmeneres recently that I've really enjoyed. You know, $17, $14, $12 wines, not inexpensive, but definitely 90 point above wines. So this is a sad, you know, it's tough. Wine library TV is a tricky little animal. I will never or hardly ever, I mean, gosh, what, 5 wines in the last 200 shows that I've put on that I've already tasted. So I've gone through a streak of having great Carmenere. You know, I've had like 3 or 4 Carmeneres out of the last 7 or 8 that I've had that I've loved, 90 pointers in my mindset and palate, and then here we have the show and they all kind of fall on their face. Even the top one is not killing me. But definitely a grape I hope you go and seek out for yourselves. And again, maybe these are 95 point wines to you, because that's what it's all about, trusting your own palate. So, just going to taste a little more of this greenness. I want to thank really interesting. Vanilla, chocolate, very Starbucksy. Just want to thank everybody who picked up the book. Can't believe it's out in stores. It is true. I will be going to every bookstore in the country looking for my book. I'm that guy. Like holding it and being like, look, it's me. Like, hey, well, I mean, just going to be so amazing. Thank you. That is one green wine. Question of the day. What's the last Carmenere you've had? And if not, if you've never had one, please leave in the comments that you promise to try one. Because you, with a little bit of me, ooh, that's green, we're changing the wine world.